Hi, everyone. Thank you for tuning in again to my um, Zoom talking about my healings and my miracles and my stories. Um, so if you want to learn more about my stories, you can read my book Proof of Miracles, and that's available on Amazon. Today I'm going to talk about 4 different sessions. Um, I do private sessions, group sessions, family sessions. I do meditations. There's podcasts available to you. You can read all about this on my website at www.goldenmiracles.com. So let's start today with this one. This was a private healing session. And so when they come in for a private healing session, I know nothing about them. I don't want to know what they're dealing with. I don't want to know anything, because if somebody said they had a heart issue, I'm going to go to the heart. But it may be something else in the body that's causing the heart to do that. It might be trauma from in the past. So I don't want to just go to the heart issue. I want to go to the root issue. And God will always show me this. So not one of my healings are ever the same, and that's what makes it so much fun. And it can also be very emotional, physically draining. I have to stay healthy by eating, exercising, and getting my rest in order to do the sessions I do for each and every person. And with that said, I only do 1 session a day. When you either have a reading or a healing or a distant group healing or a meditation, I do 1 session a day because I want that day as yours. You invested in that day, and the healing will continue up through that day. So there's no reason to do more than 1. I just like myself to be able to put all of my energy into that 1 session for that day, for that person, for that group, for that meditation, whatever it may be. But you can learn more about all of that on my website. So this one was a private session, and she said the day that she was having her session, she was a little out of it and felt perhaps they did do some physical work. So I think she's talking about, yes, she was feeling the next day. Sorry, the next day she was feeling, she says the day of, I was a little out of it, and perhaps they did do some physical work. Although she didn't feel very much different for several days afterwards, all of a sudden she noticed an emotional, mental, and spiritual shift that occurred. So she welcomed it. And then little by little, she's been experiencing some physical improvements. So what happened here is it didn't happen immediately. She felt tired, but she wasn't seeing any changes. But she knew that was undeniable. So if that was undeniable, then what was going to transpire maybe later for her would be undeniable. So she was open to it all. And then she was seeing the shift, which is beautiful. I call these shifts too. Whenever I go through something major in my body, or emotionally, physically, or spiritually, I say, it shifted me. We all have shifts. Some are positive, some are negative, some are shifts where a baby is born into the family, or a wedding, or just a shift when we're all together, something amazing happens as a family or as a unit or as a relationship. And then other shifts happen where, that we have car accidents, illness, death, grief, and those are things that we didn't ask for, but they also too bring us blessings and gifts and changes. It shifts us. It changes who we were no longer that person that we once were before that happened. We're now different. And so she did see these shifts, and she's seeing the physical improvements slowly, and that gives her hope to continue. But she said the most profound healing was that she received more peace of knowing that everything would spiritually come in time, that it doesn't always happen in her time, it happens in divine time. But she had worried about dying alone. And she said, now she doesn't worry about that. In her mind, she sees rainbows, and she says it's so cool. So she thanks for the help to help her soul, and she will continue to appreciate the results that will continue to come. That's a beautiful outlook. She didn't just say, oh, if it didn't work, then it's not going to continue to work. And that's what I say to people is like, don't disown it, don't discredit it. If something didn't make sense to you, just hold on to it, because it will eventually. And many people want to see results right away. It's kind of somebody that's doing a diet, right? They want to see the results right away. And if they don't see it, they're like off to the next diet. It's like, no, give it time. Everything happens in time. But I've seen healings happen instantaneously too. So this one, let's see what she says here. So this was for her son. She did a session for her son, and he had severe pain in his legs. And she said that it was gone. He was no longer having any pain or burning sensation in his legs and no soreness. But he was still having some soreness in his back. So he's still tired. And could he benefit from another healing? That's a good question, right? Like, here's somebody that got something for one issue, but still feels he needs a tune-up for the other. Then I leave it totally up to you. Like, pray about it. Do you really need another one? Sit on this for a while. Maybe listen to your recording for over and over several times, because the energy is in there. And maybe it's just going to take more time for, you know, the back pain to feel better, and for you not to feel so tired, because you're still healing. When we heal, we feel extremely tired. It's like, oh my gosh, all I want to do is sleep. But sleeping is the best thing that we can do as we heal. So that's something that I feel that this person needed to do, but I left it up to them if they want to join another session in time. But they did ask for comfort and relief for this, and they feel like isn't it amazing how God did this in the area that feels the most relief? And that's what they said. He's now feeling where the pain was in the legs, he's receiving the most relief, and God is showing him that he's healed. And if he's healed in one area and touched in one area, he'll be touched in all areas. And that's what the mother said. So she knows that in time it will happen, and she's not going to lose hope, and she's going to continue to give hope to her son. That's beautiful. This was a fun healing. I don't want to show pictures, so I have to, like, this is a family session. And in the family session, one of the family members, one of the children, was ill. And so when someone in a family situation is not doing well, each person also takes on a role. They feel what that other person's feeling. So they came together as a family, and they each received a healing in their own way. But what's interesting is the daughter. So the son was the one that was dealing with the pain, and the daughter said that when she started listening to the session, and I had said when to her right before, I said, Katie, oops, I said her name, Katie, don't cry. She had started to cry. And at that point, she had chills during the session, and she became emotional through the entire session. The son, he really didn't want to listen to it. He was like, I don't know if I really want to do this or anything, you know, like, do I really believe in this? But when he did listen to it, he said he felt positive and happy, and he felt different. And he began to listen and re-listen and wanted to listen to it more. So something resonated with him that didn't before. And then the husband and wife, they were feeling the words, you know, as parents, we take on, we should be the ones to fix it. We should be able to fix the problem. We should be the especially the mother, to provide and take care of the entire family. And when we can't, we feel hopeless. And when the doctors aren't helping, we don't know what else to do. So that's when God told them, give this to me, put this in my hands, release the pressure from you. You're doing everything you can just to continue to love one another. And he gave specific words for them. And what I love, love about this is they wrote those words on a board and they kept it in their kitchen. And they were supposed to repeat those words as often as they could. But if they kept it in a visual sight, they would see them often. And the mom made it almost a game, like who's going to be able to say these more throughout the day. And so she said that the son actually was saying it the most, but that would be more like who he was. It's like a guessing game. And they said that you knew that it was going to be him because this is just his personality, is I'm going to beat all these games. So it ended up being something fun that they all could do, but it ended up becoming positive because they were able to bring something that was so negative that was happening and this heaviness in the family. And now they were making it fun and joyful and healing, with each and everyone being a part of it. So they were so grateful for the words that came through for each and every one of them to help them get onto the page that they needed to be, and to heal and to release the pressures that each one of them were taking on differently. Because the daughter was feeling one way, the son was feeling another way, the parents were feeling another way, but they were all each touched and all each spoken to and all each healed. And what a great family. They all embraced it together. And it just brought a lot of joy to me, so I had to share that. So here's another one. And this one, this person had been to a private distant healing session. And she says, thank you for being my proxy and sharing your gift of love. She said, I honestly cried when I heard certain parts of the session. During the actual session, I did feel chills throughout my body, and have tried in a majority soothing way since yesterday morning into most of today. I've been napping for almost the past 2 hours. So it says, in regards to the things that were said during the hearing, they were true. It makes perfect sense to me. I had saw a baby, and the baby came through as a little baby girl, and I wasn't sure. I was just seeing this little child, and it was being held to her, and she said that she lost a little girl at 7 weeks. And so this was so healing to her to know that the baby was still there, that it was a girl. And they were able to see through the DNA that it was in fact a girl. So what I was seeing was exactly what she was told. And she since then had 2 kids. But what's beautiful there is that pain from years and years ago that she thought that she healed came through with such a loving way of her being able to hold that child through a spiritual journey. And then she goes, you mentioned my thyroid and hormones, and yes, I have that. My right foot, I have a bunion, and the foot is bad and hurts. And you focused on that today. And I actually said, you need to stop wearing high heel shoes. And she's like, but I love my shoes. It's so cute. Her tooth, last Saturday, she went to the dentist and found out that the back lower tooth on the left side where I had a root canal is badly infected. So I was actually seeing that tooth and healing that tooth, which is amazing because they were touching on something that may have been just so small that we wouldn't think, oh, they're going to heal a tooth, that they have to heal cancer or something bigger. No, they heal even the smallest things. So she said she thanks the spiritual surgeons every day and how great God is, and thanks me for everything. And that she writes in her journal every day, because she thinks of this as it has so many gifts and the gifts keep giving, and she keeps seeing how everything's transpiring. Um, Things are changing for her in her life ever since then. It started opening more doors, and that's what can happen in some of these sessions. Um, you might see some doors start closing and go, oh, really? Why did that door have to close? And then all of a sudden, a new job appears, and all these new doors start opening. That's God in control, and He, He changed things. He shifted things. He started opening doors for her after she was healed. And she says, "Thank you for taking on the pain for me and to help heal me." Um, much, much, much love from the heart. And that's what it's all about. It's all about love. I love her. I love every person that comes in my session. I feel like I'm their family. It's my sister, my brother, my dad, my grandfather. You feel so connected, and we all are connected. We are all one. We are a oneness, and the light and the love of God is within each of us. We were born with it, so we can tap into that and heal ourselves. Send love to those areas to heal the pain that's going through. And you have to feel to heal. Take the time to journal and write some of those things that are deep down. Ask God, work through me to release some of these things that I might not even know that I'm holding on to, so that I can heal. And you do have to feel it, and that's the problem. A lot of people just want to just push it to the side, and we don't want to have to feel it anymore. But we do have to feel. And when we feel, we release. We cry, we release. But in the end, we feel so much better and we're healed. So we have to, however the healing is going to come to us, we have to accept it, we have to acknowledge it, we have to give gratitude to it. And that's what I say all the time. Give thanks for everything that comes to you, the food for you on your table, to a friend coming over, to a phone call, to seeing your children, whatever it is. These times can be difficult right now, where we can't see the blessing in front of us. We can't see joy in front of us. All we see is hardship and heaviness and all the unknowns. So try to find one piece of joy in your life. What is that one piece of joy? It could be, I got to go to the grocery store today, or I got to do laundry today. Some people don't have the privilege to do laundry. So we have to be grateful for the little things that we have, and just give thanks. Throughout my day, I give gratitude for everything. I have gratitude, for my puppy that I have to take outside in the morning, even though sometimes it's really early in the morning, I don't want to. But I give gratitude. I give gratitude for, that really nice warm cup of tea that I get to sit and relax. I give gratitude for time when I get to work out, that I have the time to take care of me. I give gratitude for all of you that come for the sessions, for listening to this Zoom session. There's just so much gratitude to give forth in each and every day for each and every one of us that we see, and that we need to witness, and we need to be grateful for. So with that, I thank you, and I'm very grateful for you listening to this session. And I will stay tuned for my next proof of miracles and stories and validations that other people sent to me. Thank you. Have a blessed day. And until I see you again.